Carbon pricing is a policy approach that puts a price on carbon emissions to create financial incentives for individuals and businesses to reduce their carbon footprint. Let's take a closer look at how it works. In a carbon tax system, the tax is levied on the carbon content of fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and gas, and is typically based on the amount of carbon dioxide, CO2, produced when the fuel is burned. The goal of the tax is to make it more expensive to emit carbon dioxide, and therefore create an economic incentive to reduce emissions. In a cap and trade system, the total amount of greenhouse gases that can be emitted is limited, and this cap is divided into allowances that are distributed to emitters. Emitters can then buy and sell allowances based on their emissions. The goal of the cap and trade system is to gradually reduce the total amount of greenhouse gas emissions over time. Several countries around the world have implemented carbon pricing policies. For example, Canada implemented a national carbon pricing policy in 2018, which includes a carbon tax of $30 per ton of CO2 emissions. The European Union has implemented a cap and trade system, known as the EU Emissions Trading System, which covers 31 countries and over 11,000 installations. The United Kingdom has implemented a carbon pricing policy that includes a carbon tax of £18 per ton of CO2 emissions. Japan, South Africa, South Korea, and Chile have also implemented carbon pricing policies. Carbon pricing is seen as an effective way to reduce greenhouse gas emissions because it creates an economic incentive to reduce emissions. By putting a price on carbon, it makes it more expensive to emit carbon dioxide and encourages individuals and businesses to find more sustainable ways to operate. However, there are concerns that carbon pricing policies could disproportionately impact low-income individuals and small businesses. For example, farmers who rely on fossil fuels to run their equipment may face higher costs due to a carbon tax. Additionally, some experts argue that carbon pricing alone may not be enough to meet the emissions reductions targets set by the Paris Agreement. Other policies, such as renewable energy subsidies and regulations on emissions, may also be necessary to achieve these goals. Despite these challenges, carbon pricing is gaining momentum as a tool for addressing climate change. However, the implementation and design of these policies remain a topic of debate, with some advocating for a revenue-neutral approach and others supporting the use of revenue generated by the policy to fund climate initiatives. That's it for this video on carbon pricing. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this.